Good evening and welcome to Jakarta. We are here for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Canada taking on Brazil tonight. It is Group L, second round phase here. With a win, Canada's hopes for the quarterfinals will become even bigger. But first they have to get through Brazil. Well, Shona Thorber alongside Mark Clark, and that man right there, Iago Santos, has been unstoppable almost for Brazil. Saw him go down with a little injury in the last game, but he came back and finished the game for them. The captain, Huertas, what can you say about him playing in his 5th World Cup? They're gonna need a big performance from a lot of players though.
Wow, they're gonna need a perfect performance. And I really think we expressed a little bit of concern about Marcelo Huertas in the last game. Looked a little bit out of sync, but especially with Nito going down early in this competition, he really does have to make a contribution, and especially against a team like Brazil, like Canada against Brazil, where not turning the ball over, making good decisions. Canada scores so many points off of their defense that they really in sync. Marcelo Huertas could be crucial in the way that Brazil might face this. Controlling tempo is going to be a real big factor for them, and he, more than anybody else, has got to step up in this second round.
Well, you said it, Coach De Conchi there, Gustavo De Conchi for Brazil. I think Brazil have played great so far in this tournament. I really like the way that they are playing, sharing the ball. But they need to control the tempo, that's for sure, because Canada scoring 108 points a game on average. That is huge, and good news is that man right there, Lou Dort, is ready to play for precautionary reasons. He was out the last 2 games. And how about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and what he has been doing here in his first ever World Cup?
Well, if anyone's put a marker down to say this is their World Cup, it's him. In every single game, you can keep him quiet, if that's the right way to word it, for perhaps a quarter or even a half. But then when he gets going, he just takes over games, and he's done it in every single game. And it's not just about him, though. He really finds ways to, get his own stuff, but also make the whole Canadian team step up and play at a higher tempo. I mean, the other guy that I really would love to, congratulate even at this stage, Kelly Olynyk has really, as a captain, as a leader, has done a great job. When they've been struggling in the France game, earlier in the Latvia game, he was the guy that really did hold the whole group together.
Yep, they go to their captain when is needed. Well, there you see it. Spain losing to Latvia 69-74 earlier, and we have Canada coming up against Brazil shortly. And a quick look at the group standings. So this is second round, Group L. Latvia now 3-1 record, Spain 3-1, Canada trying to go to 4-0, and Brazil trying to make it a 4-way tie. If they can get a win, they will be 3-1 as well. We will take a quick pause for the playing of the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, we now invite you to stand for the national anthems. We begin with the anthem of Brazil. Thank you. And now please remain standing for the national anthem of Canada. Thank you very much.
As we have the coaches, handshakes and exchanging of gifts, as well as the players, and we will see the third team on the floor tonight. And you mentioned it, Brazil have been playing without one of their go-to scorers, go-to players in Neto, who went down with a patella tendon rupture. Well, there they are. As you see the crew chief in the middle, Julio Anaya, Jenna Renault, and Johnny Batista. Well, I'm sure both these teams also know those referees, as they are all from the Americas region as well. But first up, we're gonna take a look at Brazil. And I'm not sure we can say enough about their point guard, who just really sets the tone for them. Iago Santos, Tim Suarez, Mendiao, De Paula, and Caboclo. So De Paula is the one who's been getting a lot of playing time, and he has taken advantage of it since Neto's injury.
Well, he's done a great job stepping in. Iago Santos, 24 points, 12 assists over the Cote d'Ivoire. Really did carry. He's off to Belgrade for the next upcoming season. That's going to be exciting for those fans in that really pressure cooker packed arena. When they get going, they'll love him there. Miguel had a marvelous 14.3 points across this World Cup, and 68% from two. Sometimes we've said at times, you know, does he need to get to the three-point line too quickly? Deep in the clock, I'm fine with him shooting the three, but he's got to be an inside option for Coach Gustavo de Conchi, and he has he's really adapted well to losing Neto as well. And I think the point we made earlier on, Huertas has to have a big game. He really has to roll back the gears a little bit. He's still performing incredibly well in the ACB in Spain, and he's got to come and control tempo. If he can do that, then Brazil have got the athleticism to compete on the glass, and you've got to think if they can keep it tight, keep it close. Canada have not been facing one of those games, so let's see what they do. But this Canadian team has just looked all world. Look, they've looked as impressive as any team in this whole World Cup, and it's because they get contributions not just from Gilles Alexander, SGA, whatever people want to call it. He's an all-star. We know he's really, really, really good. The great news for Canada last time is RJ Barrett came to play and really did start to get into some type of rhythm. But they're great numbers, aren't they?
They're very good numbers. And for your first ever World Cup, there's not many who have done what that man is doing right there. SGA, as you saw Canada's starting lineup, no surprise, it's the starting lineup that they have gone with in every game. And Olynyk has been the captain, and really when things get stagnant, especially offensively, he's the one that kind of gets them back on track, I felt like. You know, Jordi Fernandez, he came in late, but that doesn't matter because I think Nick Nurse did a great job of building this foundation, and now Coach Jordi just putting all the keys together, and he has really, in my opinion, convinced, he has got these guys to buy into each of their roles, and there is a bigger goal than an individual accomplished in this tournament, and that's how this Canadian team is playing.
Well, and I don't think people realize that coaching national teams, you're not teaching players to play, you are managing individual aspirations, team aspirations, the whole thing. You've got to, in a relatively short period of time, forge a group, and the way he has spoken about this group, that's his major objective. Talking about players understanding their roles, accepting their roles, and then the group, not just him, but the group holding each other accountable to how well they are performing those roles. And that is a huge achievement and can never be understated when it comes to national team basketball. You see some of the great national team coaches in the World Cup, that's what they've done over the years. Built programs, managing people, and understanding how to get the best out of a group in a relatively short space of time. All 5 games v Canada in the World Cup. Well, Canada have had a number of firsts in this competition. This could be their first win over Brazil in a World Cup.
In a very, very long time, these two teams haven't played against each other in quite some years. But they know each other very, very well, having, you know, often having to go up against each other at the FIBA AmeriCup. And ranked first in the world with points per game, no surprise, after 3 games for Canada. Can they continue it? As you hear Coach Fernandez, some last-minute instructions.
Really hard for 40 minutes. Together on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Well, it's all about playing together. As you see the TISO countdown clock, we are just about a minute away from, I would say, an America's classic, to be honest, Brazil going up against Canada.
Well, absolutely. I mean, as you said, they've had numerous clashes in the Continental Championship. And I just love the way that carrying on that point, this Canadian team has accepted that everyone's got to give a little bit. You know, they come into this thing, they're the best players in Canada. They've got to give a little bit for the group. And maintaining that. And as long as they don't lose sight of that, they could go really deep in this competition. I mean, winning today doesn't guarantee them, but it really does take a huge step towards the quarterfinal.
Big step, very, very big step. But they got to get a win, and it's about getting better every day, as Coach Fernandez has talked about all tournament long. He talked about it before the tournament started, and I think they have got better every day as we've seen them improve. They're exciting to watch. You saw the points per game. They also have a record assists in a FIBA Basketball World Cup, and that was 44 assists. So this team, they're unselfish. They don't care who scores. They just want someone to score.
And normally they find someone to score. That's the great thing.
Well, Iago Santos didn't like the tape on his knee, so he took it off. Good evening and welcome to the FIBA Basketball World Cup here in Jakarta, Indonesia. It is Canada taking on Brazil. As Canada win the jump ball and they go straight? Nope. Olynyk gets it, gives it up to Brooks. Brooks now back to Olynyk. Olynyk with a little bit of a mismatch. Nice hands there by De Paula. And tough take, no good, but Powell comes up with the offensive rebound. Now Barrett going left. He likes to go left. Powell with another offensive board, but it doesn't touch the rim. Doesn't matter, it's gonna be a jump ball, so ball back to Brazil.
Well, the first missed shot, Brazil really do just have to finish plays. They're going to have enough problems keeping Canada off the glass. But they stayed with it. Get the stop.
De Paula gives it up. Suarez. Now Iago goes inside. A little bit of an advantage here over SGA. And just pulls the chair from under him, and that's going to be Canada ball.
Like the fact that they didn't have to go to Iago to handle the ball. If he has to handle the ball against pressure the whole time he's out there, they're going to wear him down. So it's good that De Paolo had it. Good that he gets some time away from the basketball.
SGA. Canada had 2 days to prepare for this game. Olynyk penetrates, nowhere to go, extra pass. SGA's got to put it up. He does. No good. Santos now. So look at this. They want to slow down the rhythm against Canada, where normally we've seen Brazil want to get out and run, especially with Iago Santos. They go inside. Suarez. And it was good, but the basket was no good. So now Canada with an opportunity to run. This is dangerous as Powell hammers it home and gives Canada their first 2 points of the game. And this is where Canada can just get up and defend you full court all game long. But that foul's going to go against Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks, probably more than anybody, has been a little bit foul prone. But like it's a good option for them to slow the game down. But the other thing you have to really work on is just slowing the ball. If you don't slow the ball, that's going to happen to you, because it's a wave relentlessly just pushing and pushing and pushing. You're going to keep going, and until you stop the ball, and that's what we talked about before. You're going to need to use your 4 fouls. That's one of the ways to use them, to stop the ball, stop transition. If they don't, Canada will just rack it up.
To Paula, Caboclo. Iago's gonna have to get something going. And it was touched, but they have 0.5 seconds on the shot clock.
And again, we've talked about this before. It's all very well slowing it down, but when do you start to look for your shot, and what shots do you want? You've really got to be disciplined, and you've really got to know where you want to end up.
And shot was no good, so another turnover by Brazil to start this game, and ball back to Canada.
But if you coach the Conchi coming in, 2 minutes into the game, 2 and a bit minutes into the game, it's only a 2-0. It's only been one successful field goal. You've already set the pace of the game. You've just got to be 100% on script as a team.
They go inside to Brooks. His shot's no good.
But that's the type, even if Brooks makes that, they've got to make them run something in the half court. It can't just be about being beaten on penetration.
Suarez open underneath. They go inside to him. He dribbles it out, though. Caboclo. Well.
It's late in the clock. It's late in the clock, though. We're okay with him doing it late in the clock. Because he's not a bad three-point shooter. You know, he's not a bad three-point shooter. He just doesn't need to step out there after a pass and try and go pick and pop early. And quite surprisingly, he wasn't really pressurized when he caught the ball. I mean, he was, Kelly only spaced him.
Yeah, especially, the scouting. We know that he likes to step out and shoot threes.
But he will put it on the floor, so maybe he was a little worried about the foot speed.
They go inside to Powell. Powell, that's going to be an and one as he is fouled.
It's not so much the pass, there was no pressure on the pass. And he had all day and all night to just see where he could put it, where the help was. Got to put a little bit more pressure on the ball to make that pass. Otherwise, if they're going to switch like that, they can go there all day.
I think they're so worried about being penetrated on if they overpressure the ball. As Powell's three-point play is good. Now again, Brazil slowing it down a little, which is smart because Canada definitely likes to play at a higher pace tempo, and it could frustrate them as the game goes on. Yandel gets it inside. Brooks now, this is a mismatch. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. Has he just got a 5-second call called against him, though?
Come on, it's like, you telling me that call's going to get made? Guards hold it out top. That was because the defense asked for it to be made. The referee made it. I mean, he was there forever. I accept that.
But I don't know why he wasn't going at him right away.
I agree with you, but
unless they really, they want to shoot with under 5 on the shot clock every possession, possibly.
Yeah.
Olynyk thought about it, steps back, Powell's open underneath, takes his time. Oh, he's blocked, though. And look at this, they kind of had numbers, and then they decided to slow it down. almost like they want to lull Canada into falling asleep. Well, shot clock is definitely winding down. We have a little step back, 2-point shot, no good, but who's there for the offensive rebound? Caboclo.
Wow, Caboclo already the three, the block, the offensive rebound.
He's had a great tournament.
Oh, I think so.
SGA goes all the way, but it's no good. DePaula with the defensive rebound.
It's the point about being disciplined on this. You know, even if you've got something potentially open early, you've got to just take the time out of the whole game.
Same play, they go inside. Canada switching defense everywhere. Nice little shot fake. And talk about using the clock. That was about 22 seconds of clock that they used against Canada. SGA going against the smaller Iago. His shot's no good though. So this is exactly probably where Brazil wants to be. They're up to 5 minutes into the first quarter. Soares gets it all the way over again. Now he gets it back though on the low block. So that's where, or the short corner I should say. He penetrates baseline. Caboclo, he's made one from there today. That one, no good. Offensive rebound though. And they're gonna use the clock. Every single possession, I think.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. It's hard, it's so hard, especially for a Brazilian team that really wants to run. Oh!
Goodness me! I'm not even sure that pass was intended for Bruno Caboclo, but he intercepted it and throws it home. So a nice start by the big man from Brazil. Barrett. He steps back to the three-point line. And that shot's no good. I think Barrett, the last game for Canada, was probably his best game in this tournament. Yendao penetrates, spin move. Nice little hang time. It's going to be an and one. So not a bad offensive action there. He takes the contact. He goes up against the more athletic, the bigger Powell, uses his body.
Hey, the option of going like pick and roll with the 3 and the 4 guy, the 4 and the 5 guy, is something that it won't be something that Coach Fernandez hasn't seen, obviously, but it takes away the guys that have really been initiating a lot of the pressure. It takes them away from the ball. Conchi's gone away now. The thing is, there are going to be times in this game where Canada will get runs.
Yeah.
But Brazil can't change this while the game is in this sort of scoring numbers. And even Gilles Alexander is having to create stuff against a lot of traffic. I know he's capable of doing it.
SGA is actually going to get called for a foul. No, sorry, he's going to draw a foul. I think it's going to go against Iago Santos, number 2. And there are a lot of fans out tonight. Seems like there's a lot more Canada flags, so I don't know if some of these Indonesians from Jakarta have become Canada basketball fans since this tournament began.
The NBA is so big here that they'll love the NBA players, but I think they're really discovering Canada as a team, and they're out. You're absolutely right. The arena is not sold out, but it's very, very full. And the reason that they're here is on the free throw line right now. He's obviously an attraction. Lots of VIPs come to the Canada games. They want to see him play, as does everybody. And while he's on the free throw line, Shona, it's like the RJ Barrett shot. There was nothing happening offensively because there was nothing to play. So he went looking for one. And it's, he could make that, but Brazil would rather have that than the tempo that Canada have been playing so far.
As he knocks down his free throws, and Barrett's going to go out, and Lou Dort is going to go in for the first time since game day 1.
Yeah, it's important he gets in early, isn't it? If you've been sitting there, he wants to get some of that emotion out of his system.
He's definitely an emotional player, the way that he defends and the intensity that he plays at. Iago. This offense is starting very far away from the basket. And I think he got it off in time. He did. But it's going to go off Caboclo, so ball back to Canada.
Interesting to see if Coach Fernandez goes a little bit smaller. In some ways, he already has, because obviously he's got Olynyk out and put Dort. So hopefully then that takes away that issue they have guarding the pick and roll with the 4 and the 5.
Alexander Walker, who he probably had his best game the other day as well for Canada in game day 3.
But he does break out games, doesn't he? Breaks it out because he is really just a flat-out shooter who can really knock it down. And that's going to extend the floor and give Brazil a problem.
Powell now. Yandel drives on him and knocks that down, so that's twice he has scored on Powell.
That's a tough ask for Powell. They're getting Powell to get his feet outside the three-point line.
Nice look inside, Powell, baseline. Alexander Walker, he drives. Shot fake, nowhere to go. Finds Dort in the corner. Dort, three-point shot is good.
Dort's back. Dort's in the lineup. Dort's back. Ah, they're so deep, this Canadian team.
Gago, penetration kick, gets it back. And again, Canada with a switching screen. It's going to be an offensive foul, though, going against Brazil, as Diaz is going to be called for that one. You disagree with that one? I think it's just because he never really stopped.
Yeah, but the call wasn't made then when he really went into the back. It's made on the roll. For me, this is the most important part of the game. When Brazil go to the rotations, are they going to be able to maintain it?
Oh, Caboclo with a huge block as he celebrates a little bit. And now both teams substitutions as we see the veteran captain into the game for Brazil. Huertas gets it up and they kick it out. They say it's way too early for them. Santos has had some nice minutes for Brazil. Ooh, spin move! He left Olynyk with his feet stuck on the ground.
Wow. I didn't realize Santos was that quick.
And I feel like Santos, every game he's played a little bit more minutes, and you've just seen the confidence raised in that young man every single game.
Yeah, that's a great point.
As Alexander Walker is blocked, so Canada now kind of seem a little out of sorts, and I think it's because of the pace of this game. This is not how they like to play.
Absolutely. And you got Olynyk at the moment. He's ended up finding himself a Huertas. Huertas doesn't want to actually go at him yet, but he could go back and get the ball now.
Well, Santos scored the last two for Brazil. They get it up. They're going to have to let it fly. They do. That one was back rim. And Canada are going to slow it down for the last shot of this quarter.
Brazil have no fouls to give. They're just going to have to defend this.
SGA taking his time, calling Olynyk. No, Olynyk goes screen, gets it back, corner. Alexander Walker. And that one rolls in and out, as that is going to be it at the end of the first quarter. An interesting quarter, a lot to say about this. Canada trailing 13-16 over Brazil.
Well, I don't think that it's not the percentages, although Canada 2 from 10 from 2% from 2-point range. There's no way that was on the script at all. It's just a small number of shots. You know, they've only taken 15 field goal attempts. It's way under what they normally take. The whole tempo of the game completely dominated by Brazil. But as I said, during that first quarter, are they going to be able to play at this pace and control themselves? As long as they just keep their noses in front, as long as it's like tight and tied up, they'll do it. If they have to start chasing it, I don't think they have the weapons, and I think that just makes it easier for Canada. They have really got, and it goes against their natural way of playing.
Yes.
That's the thing that worries me more than anything else. While it's like this, they'll be fine because, yeah, it's working, coach, we're good. Will they be able to maintain it? Well, let's be fair, if Caboco's going to play like this, yes, they can. 2 blocks, offensive rebounds, shoots the 3. They've got good contributions across everybody, and it's going to have to be relentless in that way. And they really do want to frustrate Canada. They want Canada to go looking for things. They want Canada to say, I'll solve this one.
Yep.
Because they've never said, I'll solve anything in this whole World Cup so far. It's always been,
Canada.
We're going to play with what he did last time faced with these scenarios. He goes to scrub. He goes to some guys that are his bench guys, but are possibly more used to having to deal with this type of game.
Well, Phil Scrubb has played the most amount of games on this Canadian squad. He was there for all of their qualifiers. He definitely knows this Brazilian team better than anyone else on this Canadian team, so why not go to him to start the second quarter? And you said it, only 15 shot attempts for Canada. That is very, very low. If you look at their game average, they shoot easily into the 70s.
It's a very small lineup. Wow, turnover.
And Caboclo just goes both at Alexander Walker and Olynyk. Neither wanted to foul, so an easy 2 points for him. And what a great start for the big man from Brazil. Scrub, stops, pops, his shot's good.
Love the way he comes in and doesn't just take the fact that, oh, I'm off the bench, I'm supposed to do this. He's out there playing. Would have gone up against Huertas, you know, in Spain, in club basketball.
Santos. And a foul is going to go against Dort, I believe, reaching in. Dort says, no, I had all ball. It was going to be an easy 2-point basket. So if you're Canada, though, Mark, how do you speed up this game?
Well, I think the most important thing they have to do is they've gone a little bit passive on their defense. Just pick it up full court like you've done in other games. I just think Brazil have done a great job getting it into the front court and then getting the right people with the basketball. But you've got to, it doesn't matter for me if for Coach Fernandez, if Brazil get a couple of quick ones against pressure, he should want Brazil to try and get some quick ones. Going small ball already means Brazil is, well, let's just say if it was a boxing match, they've won the first round.
Well, you got to get out and defend and pressure them if you want them to penetrate earlier in the shot clock, but then that happens. Olynyk left open in transition, and his 3-point shot is good. Zero hesitation there by Kelly Olynyk. And just a little bit too aggressive there is Alexander Walker on Huertas.
And he was initiating the contact. That was the problem. He started off trying to literally walk into Huertas, bumped him a couple of times. And then when Huertas tried to go past him, as he would, it was always going to be a foul. Hey, Benici coming into the game is an interesting option. If they get deep in the clock and he can get open, gets his feet set, he really is. If he gets going, he can really make a lot of points in a hurry.
Kind of played limited minutes here for this Brazilian team so far in the tournament, but I agree with you. I think he could be somewhat interesting if there's penetration late and he's around. Well, Santos just blows by Olynyk again. And boy, has his confidence grown throughout this tournament. Dort left open, he's made one, make that only one. And a fight for the rebound, Olynyk cleans up the garbage.
They had it, they lost it. They just got to make sure they finish the play.
Well, Canada tied the game with that 2-point basket. Santos gets it back. Benici, you said it. Shot fake. Ooh, pass fake. Oh, vintage Huertas there with that little move. He just faked everyone in the gym.
I was going for the pass. I was left my seat for that. Rolling back the years on that play.
Dort. And that's going to be an and one as he just took Huertas off the dribble. He just told Huertas to get out the way. I'm going up strong.
I think that the call was, correct. It just looked bad because of how far. Doesn't he realize that's Wirtz? It's still 5th World Cup. You've got to give him some respect on that. But Wirtz also should have just, hey, I can't get there. If he makes the jumper, he makes the jumper.
Where's the help side?
Protect it, yeah. And that's the more worrying thing. They skipped it and no one was there to help him in time.
Canada now with their first lead of the game, 23-22. Benici, you said he could possibly get hot. No good. Offensive rebound, though, and put back. Oh, misses 2 of them. As an easy 2-point opportunity lost there. Scrub, stop, pops. Caboclo with another rebound, though.
That was great. He got straight back in the play.
Huertas. Benici. Caboclo, he has an advantage, but the double almost comes. Nice cut. Oh, but that is rejected by Ejim. It was a nice cut. It was a nice recovery, though, defensively.
Should have learned a little bit from Dort the time before and just jumped towards Ejim. I don't think the same impact would have happened.
I don't think the same.
No, but he would have drawn, you'd have expected him to draw the foul, but...
And substitutions for both teams. Benici comes off. They got to get it low. Good. They got it to get it off, and that was a good look, though.
He's just got to, if he makes one, he'll just keep making. He's got to make the first one first.
Shea kicks it to Dort. Dort says, well, you don't defend me, then I'll shoot it.
First time Brazil have been put under pressure in terms of the, what coach wants them to run.
They go inside. Yes, has the advantage. And nice defense there, Alexander Walker. That is a deep 3-point shot by Iago. Barrett.
Conchi might need to take the time out here because they got to remember what they're doing.
Barrett's shot no good, so he waves off that timeout. Benici gets it back to Iago. Iago now uses the screen. Caboclo pins down for Benici. The shooter gets free. A little bit of lights.
That's a great sign for Brazil. Really did well to get enough separation to get it away.
And you said it, I think the way that Brazil is playing, it's slowing down Canada also offensively. Tough shot for SGA. They kind of have numbers, but they're going to pull it out.
Yeah, it wasn't that open, was it?
Yeah.
It was possibly in another game, you'd have expected him to run. Expected Iago to make something happen.
Benici takes the contact. There's no foul, though. Now Canada have a 3-on-2. Dort, sweet spot tonight. No good. Barrett almost. SGA comes up with it. Somehow gets a shot off. And he's fouled, so he's going to go to the free throw line.
It's just about rhythm, isn't it? Canada aren't in the rhythm because the game isn't that type of game. And unless they can impose themselves, as you see the work SGA does on the offensive glass, because all the great ones, if it's not going their way, always find ways to make a contribution. They've got to try and make this their game, not Brazil's game. And the only way they can do that is, have some faith in their defense, try and get up the floor with the lineup they've got at the moment. It's a quick lineup. And yeah, they might force Brazil to take some quick ones.
Yep. That's his first of 2 is good. And make that 2-2. We saw the free throw percentage. He's a very, very good free throw shooter.
The thing is, going up the floor in a soft trap is not going to worry Brazil. They don't mind if they're down to 11 seconds now. They want to be down to this time anyway.
Benici in the corner, shot faked, Gias well off. So Canada with an opportunity to run, and this is where I think they need to pick up the pace. Barrett, no good, no foul call. You got to get back and defend now. And Benici, well, they didn't take their time there because they had a big advantage. And you said it, they are absolutely playing the way that they want to play.
Yeah. They're just going to make sure the right people get the ball deep in the clock. Gias from the three-point line is not the right person.
Right.
That's very easy for me to say.
Dort, back rim, tipped out by Powell. Brooks comes up with it. He gets it back. SGA, three-point shot is good. Yago now. Again, is going to pull it out, and he's defended by Powell. As we've seen this Canadian team, they often switch on-ball screens. Now Yago going against Powell, a little shake and bake, and turnover as the pass was off the mark.
Because Powell had to take the ball, you saw where Brooks had to go and help. Mendo's got to do a bit of a job at making the pass easier. He didn't move at all on that penetration. He's almost in line with the defense. They've got to be perfect tonight. So, they really do have to have a perfect game, and the slight not moving enough will create turnover opportunities for Canada. And if they score on this one, it's a 6-point turnaround.
Olynyk gets a little lucky as he fell, got up, and then provoked the foul, and then that was just kind of a hit after the foul play. I don't think it was intentional.
No. Should just be a end-line possession, I assume.
Well, it was just after the play, both of them kind of continued to play. I don't think it was intentional at all.
I don't know what the official's going to go and review this. If they're going to go and review it, let's get on and review.
But my question was, should Olynyk have continued to play as well?
No.
And they both continued to play after the whistle, so I don't actually know how you call that.
We'd have to have a look at it again. I didn't see anything in there that's, the referee's already made the foul. The foul was called.
Well, they'll let us know what they're going to do here.
Yeah.
So let's listen in.
We don't have to imagine. We can just listen.
Wait. But we'll go back. We are reviewing if the contact matches the criteria for a possible act of violence. Now, normal speed, please. Back, and normal speed, the whole play. Back, normal speed. Let's go. Mister, go back and play on normal speed all the way through. But it's stopping, it's like this. Go back, now, like this. Now go back to the point of the contact. Go. Right here. Oh, can you give me the type, please? Go. I don't even think there was that. Go. What did you got? Possible for what? So he kind of watched the player go, pull the arm down, and the contact of the face. So you go back again, main camera, normal speed again, please. Go normal. So I agree. So we got the contact matching criteria for unsportsmanlike foul. So after review, we got unsportsmanlike foul on green 50. The first foul was on the floor, so we're shooting 2 for white number 13, and we had side out for white. I make the signal. The next action is an unsportsmanlike foul on green 50 We get 2 shots, lost the ball.
Well,
No, but the contact actually happened on the face, you know?
So that's 2 fouls on
We watch on the review that it was contact.
Caboclo, because he picked up the first foul and he picks up the second unsportsmanlike foul. So that one play has cost them 2 fouls on.
a lot.
Is that is that his 3rd foul? Let's just check.
Yeah, I agree with you completely, Mark. I mean, what it did was it cost their best player.
That's his 3rd foul now.
Is this just 2 right now?
Has it gone up?
No, right here. Down
Yeah,
here.
just 2. Sorry, misread it.
But still, I mean, 2 fouls
2 fouls in one
in one possession. What? One action.
I mean, for what it's worth, and it's only.
We saw the
For what-
video. It was a hit on the head.
Yeah, there was a hit on the head. There was a hit on the head because he missed the block as Olynyk tried to put the shot after the whistle.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Olynyk is the one who provoked the contact in the play to continue.
Yeah.
And it was just a reaction. But I guess what the referees are saying, though, but you hit him in the head. That's what happened. Well, SGA doing SGA things. And now Gustavo Di Conchi, the coach of Brazil, I think wants to talk to his players before this really gets out of hand. They're now trailing by 8. Frustrating little 30 seconds, I would say, for Brazil. Well, Canada fans are loving it. Brazil, not so much. Let's try and listen in.
Vamos jogar com o Olynyk, ó. Tá, vamos jogar com o Olynyk, fazer a troca e ficar aqui, ó, desse lado. Pra mão direita, ou o Iago ou o Léo, tá bom? Quem conseguir, a gente vai ficar com o Olynyk. O Vitor vai ficar aqui em cima, ó, nós vamos fazer limpa, tá bom? Só que, ao invés do Vitor começar aqui, o Vitor vai começar em cima. Nós vamos bater aqui no meio como se fosse na cesta, dribla pra ir na cesta. O Vitor roda atrás com o arremesso do Vitor. E quando vocês batem pra dentro, eles estão perdendo completamente o Vitor de vista, o Léo de vista. Então roda atrás. Se não der, Vitor, seguimos pro outro lado e rodamos atrás de novo. Igual limpa, tá certo?
Well, and the real issue for Brazil is in a game where they want to slow the game down, shorten the game, make it a low shot attempt game, having a scenario where they give up the second foul and also the extra point, the extra 2 points, is a huge impact on their overall game strategy when, yeah, they did get hit in the face. There was face contact, but because they carried on playing a bit and there was no intent, you saw the reaction between the 2 players after as well. Nothing that and I think they just needed to look at the context. And if they still come up with the same call, then fine, but that's why people might be looking at it and not really understanding it.
Benici, he thought about it, now he's got to get it out. Again, shot clock really winding down. Miendao, that was a good look though. In and out.
Yeah, one of the right guys, for want of a better phrase, getting a look.
Yeah, at the end of the shot clock. SGA up and under is good. And everything he does looks easy somehow.
Yep. And he gets points in a hurry once he gets going.
Yeah. Kind of lets the game come to him and then just decides to take over. Benici, nice offensive rebound. They're gonna get the ball back, Iago. And a foul is gonna be called. Well, I think the bench is getting a warning.
Again, they feel hard done by the unsportsmanlike foul. They see a little bit of contact, which is nothing after the play.
Yeah.
And they're like, well,
now
we need the same.
I get it.
Yeah, and and to be fair, Coach De Conchi controlled his bench, turned around and said, no, that's enough. See, and what the referees can't do now is make this a there's no confrontation because Coach the Conchi has quietened everybody down. You don't need to then get in their face a little bit, for want of a better phrase.
Yeah. Well, Brazil, they have the ball. And go a little bit earlier than normal. Got the offensive rebound, didn't hit the rim. De Paula had a good, clean look, no good. Ball back to Canada. Canada trying to push the pace a little bit here, as it has been a slow game, to say the least. Barrett gets it up to Powell. They get it to the hot hand, SGA. SGA nowhere really to go. And he's gonna have to put a shot up. He does. That one hits the front of the rim.
If you're Brazil, you want to go into the half. You want to go in single digits, don't you? The game's got away from it a little bit. It's hard to, turn margins around when you've started in this particular way. Just got to be patient and work their way back in.
Shot clock is at 2. De Paula. And that's what happens when you take a long time to shoot.
Wrong people with the ball at the end of the clock, trying to throw it out to Gias again on the three-point line. De Paula had a little floater. Iago had the chance to create a shot for himself with no time on the clock.
Well, Santos is going to come in for Gias. And 41.5 seconds left in this half. Canada with the ball. SGA, sort of just of a clear out for him, but an offensive foul is going to be called. I didn't see from my angle. Did he push off the defender?
I think we've definitely got the wrong angle to see that. Let's have a look now.
Oh, the little elbow to clear space. Well, we have a timeout, Brazil, and they're gonna have at least one more possession offensively, probably only one with the way that they use the shot clock here. Let's try and listen in.
Não, tudo bem, mas é que eles estão congestionando muito, estão tampando os passes fora. Vamos jogar limpo agora, vamos jogar limpa, tá? O Jorge nessa posição aqui, aqui bola, Gui, Léo, Jorge vai, atrás com paciência de novo, tá bom? Vamos tentar dar pelo menos 2 drives, pelo menos 2, para mover um pouco a defesa deles. Tenta começar um pouquinho antes que a gente tá ficando... Não, é isso. Nós vamos...
Well, we said before the game, didn't we, that he finds ways eventually to get himself going. Here's Alexander, and he's so good, like 10 feet in and making little extra moves and angles on the glass. And this was a 1-point game that's turned into a 10-point game. And he's really driven that scoring run.
Well, from total passes, SGA, those are his tournament averages. So it led to a shot and then also led to a basket. You saw the difference there. And will not be surprised.
Well,
I was surprised.
Yeah, wasn't wide open as such, and well, maybe they thought they would get an easy look, but they give Canada another chance.
Shot clock's at 5. Barrett had a good look. Powell with the offensive rebound, but that shot is no good. So after 20 minutes, I would say a slow 20 minutes, even though time never changes how fast or slow it goes. We are at halftime, Canada leading Brazil 37-27, and it has been a very, very unusual game, especially for Canada. And I think you can see a little bit of frustration on the players of the Canadian faces right now.
Well, percentage-wise, Brazil, if they were going to make this happen, 2 for 12 from the three-point line is not going to help the cause. They did a nice job on the glass, though. They really did compete, but they've just got to shoot better percentages because they're going to take fewer shots, therefore need a better percentage. They had some good looks on the three-point line, didn't complete those. And once the game got a little bit open and the issues around the unsportsmanlike foul just created that 10-point lead. And it hasn't destroyed Brazil's opportunity to play this way because, hey, they got 20 minutes to play that same way, you know, and get back in it. So they're just going to have to stay with it because I can't think they can win any other way. They can't run up and down with Canada.
No, I completely agree with you. I think it was a great coaching plan. Even if it's not the most exciting basketball for us and the fans who are watching, it was a good coaching plan. His team has come out by Gustavo de Conche, and his Brazilians have come out and they have run it. As you see the key players there, Caboclo hits a great first half. Shea doing what Shea does normally. So Brazil, they're gonna have to continue to do this. It's halftime, we will be back. Oh no, sorry. We're still just watching the highlights, my bad. Not a lot of highlights. It's just, I don't know how to describe this game if you're just tuning in now. Brazil did an excellent job of slowing down the game and really only giving Canada an opportunity. They made them have to defend 24 seconds.
Yeah, and I think we've said continually throughout that first half, there's no way that going up and down the floor with Canada would end up in anything but a Canadian win. And they did a really good job for chunks of that first half of getting deep on the clock. Now, whether it was, you know, the two big guys that 4 in the 5 spots running some pick and roll, which really did confuse the Canadians for a while, whether they switched and you had Olynyk guarding the guard, which really was productive for Brazil, they'd obviously worked this through. And, you know, the shining light on that, Caboclo had a marvelous first half. 0 fouls. Then he had the unfortunate foul in the loose ball incident, followed like immediately by that unsportsmanlike foul. And so de Conche decided to sit him down. He needed him for the second half. So they got hurt in multiple ways just around that one call. And there's still an opportunity for Brazil. It's only a 10-point game. Maybe they get there in 5s and do it over the second half. They're still in good shape. They still have a chance.
Well, Canada up 10 on Brazil. We will be right back for second half action.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Turns it over now. Samsonite come up with it. Lonnie, big threat. Another block. That's the 3rd block of the game by Renzabando. Now, Georgievich liking what he gets from and again, he goes up, and now he is the top scorer in this game with 18 points.
And what a pass there from Ja Wei between the legs, finding Jun Zhao on the nice roll.
And they get it in. Spellman bringing it over. He's staying aggressive. Saud is open. His shot at the buzzer is good. Not sure if that's what Coach drew up, but it doesn't matter because it works anyway.
Trying to make a bit of contact, goes up, and Wenya Gabriel just says, not at my house.
Francisco tries to turn the corner, drops it to Yabusele, and one. It's just too strong, too big. Powers his way, bullies his way to the hoop.
Sammy, bullseye's out. Oh, look at that. Ahab Amin takes it away. You cannot be serious. That is not going to be, he just snuck up there, took the ball away, went in for a layup. And you got to do better than this. Look at this. And they get it to Cruz. He kind of fumbles it, gets it back, puts up a 3. Got it! there you have it. The icing on the cake of Mexico's best first half. Here they go, Sammy with the bounce pass, and what hustle from Omar Hushan. Slapping it out of bounds.
Gabriel getting rejected. Soto with the denial. Mock kicks out. Kwani looking to go in again. Still can't get it. Another block shot. Back-to-back blocks by Kai Soto.
Soho driving, he coughs it up. Baba with the ball. He's looking for help. He finishes it to Hiyajima. And one, Hiyajima.
What a play!
Japan has the lead.
Uday Baba saw the defense coming, he's holding his shoulder, but look at the heads-up play.
Away in the flush. That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Well, it is halftime here in Jakarta. Canada up 10 on Brazil. Canada out warming up, but Brazil, well, they're slowly trickling out now. So clearly, Coach De Conche wanted to talk about some things. As you see, the game leader, Gilgeous Alexander, no surprise, leading it for Canada with 11 points. And really, I think he's doing what he does, but Caboclo has been the difference maker, Bruno, for Brazil. And it was unfortunate that one sequence where he picked up 2 fouls changed the momentum of the game for Brazil. It was single digits almost, or 1-2 possessions, and then that happened, and then that's where we see Canada's lead jump out to 10 points.
Well, it was that 9-2 run, wasn't it? It was the one thing Brazil can't cope with is a run like that. They cannot allow multiple made hoops without response because they just don't have, well, I don't think they have enough weapons to run up and down with this Canadian team. But hey, there's still a whole half of basketball. They started the game really well. They led by like 6-7 points or 1 point, Brazil. So if they start the third quarter in the same way, get themselves back into it, and then just maintain it. I think the important thing for them is just know who you're trying to get the ball to, or more importantly, who's not supposed to have the ball at the end of the shot clock. You don't want Gias on the three-point line. You want him ready to go to the glass. They've got to be a bit more accountable as individuals about where the ball goes. Caboclo had a marvelous first half. Really hindered by the 2 quick fouls involving the unsportsmanlike. And the other thing is Huertas, we said before the game, was he going to be able to go in and do it? And he did all right, he did fine. Made the 2 points and looked as though he could play in that way because he's experienced it, understand it. And also the other, Beniche made the 1-3, had a couple of good looks, just got to knock down the open shots. They don't have to do anything crazy. Don't turn it over, get good looks, and make sure you know where you're going. Try to get the ball late in the clock. The one thing that really surprised me is how badly Canada dealt with the late clock penetration when the bigs had switched out onto guards. It was just a little bit too easy for Brazil, and not just for this game, but that's going to be something that other teams will pick up on. It's also something that I'm sure Coach Fernandez will want to address.
Well, you said it. I mean, if I'm Canada and Coach Fernandez, I got to somehow figure out how to get my guys playing the kind of basketball that they want to play and the tempo that they want to play at. And I know that's difficult when a team is going to use the entire shot clock. And you said it, they did a great job, just maybe a couple questionable passes at the end. That's not the player they want with the ball when there's 2 seconds left for Brazil. But they've had looks, they've missed them, and they're only trailing by 10. If you're Canada, I think you come out, I think you put full court pressure everywhere, and you just try and speed up that game. And once you do get a stop, or even if Brazil does score, you got to get it out quickly, and you got to run.
Yeah, I think they've got to do that. They've got to run, and then if they don't have anything good, pull it out. Yeah, all those things that we'd normally say. The other way of looking at it, perhaps, is that Coach Fernandez was confident that his team would be able to deal with it that way. He knew he would get a run at some point. He didn't want to get up the floor too much, especially in late clock, and give Canada a little bit too much to actually penetrate against or attack against. I think in some ways, because Coach Fernandez wants to get better every game, he'd have enjoyed the fact that they were faced with that type of problem, because as he said in every press conference, it is about learning and getting better. Now his team's been through a different experience. He's up 10, he's in control as much as you can ever be in control. So maybe he's going to get even more benefit out of this game.
Well, some last minute instructions there by both coaches. It's definitely a learning experience. I'm actually really excited to see what changes coaches have made at the halftime.
Yeah.
As you see the World Cup app there, go ahead and download that app, scan the QR code to get all the highlights, press conferences, scores, stats.
Like deep in that shot clock, if Iago's got the ball, Suarez needs to be making sure he has a line of sight on it. Mendel who did a good job, he has to do that too. They've just got to have a perfect half here.
Well, Iago starts for Brazil. It is second half action in Jakarta as they are trailing by 10 to Canada. And big ball pressure. Maybe just a little bit too aggressive there by Brooks.
Well, he hit him on the arm, I think.
Okay.
I mean, You know, you've got to give someone enough space to play, and
Canada with their typical starting lineup, as well as Brazil, how they started the game. De Paula, a great take on Powell.
same thing, right? The guard, they switched out. Powell had to guard a perimeter player late in the clock, and they left him one-on-one.
They're looking for Barrett. Barrett comes off. Little shot fake, tough shot, but the referee says there was contact. And De Paula raises his hand, saying, yep, that was on me.
So he agrees with the official. So everybody's happy. It's good to go to RJ Barrett early. You know, he didn't really get into any rhythm at all in that first half. Okay, he picked up the foul, now he's on the free throw line, should be able to get some rhythm going, although he misses the first.
Well, they went straight into Barrett on that first offensive action, so they clearly want to get him going in this game, I think. De Paula.
Should have done it again, same thing.
Oh, they're looking to be a little bit more aggressive earlier here.
Still under control, still trying to get shots they want, and they got the switch very early that time. You know, the guard big switch did a much better job. It was Olynyk though, and it wasn't Powell, so better job.
They go inside, so the big man almost falls, somehow doesn't, and he draws the foul though.
I'm definitely in the better late, getting the right call than, you know, guessing, and the official waited, made the call. No need to get excited. A lot of arm. Yeah, oh, definitely. There was definitely something there where his arm went backwards on contact, yeah. So, you know, it's a nice start by Brazil. You know, aggressive penetration to score, and they went aggressive and tried to make the pass. So that's good. Good start for them. They just got to get a score and a stop, just to keep the margin ticking in the right direction.
Barrett looks inside to Brooks, gets it in there. Skip pass to Olynyk, little touch pass to Shea. Shea's shot no good. And Yago. And out, spin move. Tough take if it goes, no good. Powell for the big defensive rebound. Canada, they have numbers, they don't need to slow it down. And RJ Barrett's no good from three.
Well, that's exactly the start that the Conchi would have wanted. Got to finish plays though.
Yeah. Can't miss easy shots against Canada because you don't know if you're going to get another opportunity. Brooks, and no good on that layup, and Powell can't come up with the rebound.
You know, they've had two good looks, very makeable shots that they've got to be perfect. I mean, I can't stress their need to be perfect if they're going to play this way.
Yago. Yandao gets it back to him. He has a mismatch. Little shake and bake. Gets a shot off. No good. Olynyk left open. And no foul, but SGA there for the putback as Olynyk was confused why nothing was called on that play. Well, the trailing big, Suarez knocks it down from three, so not a bad start. They're playing a little bit faster, a little bit differently than they did in the first half. And SGA with an easy two-point bucket for him.
But you see the rhythm of the game change. SGA looks really comfortable.
Yeah, more comfortable.
See Suarez, you can't criticize the shot, but Suarez can get that open later in the clock as well. He doesn't move enough because he's probably their best standstill shooter.
Yago lets it fly. That was deep. They save it. There's still time. DePaula got it off. Fight for the rebound. And how about this? You stay with the play until it's over. And a good job there by Brazil. Brooks, quick early three-point shot. Not sure that was completely necessary for Canada.
No rebounders, no coverage. He had to make it. It's exactly what Brazil want him to do. If he makes it, they'll take it.
Well, it's going to be a foul on the ground, not on the shot, as I believe Powell is going to be called for a rebounding foul.
Yeah.
I was watching the shot.
It's there. It's just the arm was up and he hooked, and it was outside his space, and he kept the contact. I was going to say, Iago, on those threes, he's got to get back. He can't sit there and go, I'm disappointed I've missed.
Voglo, love to see him score around the basket. SGA, a little shake and bake. Olynyk gets it back to him. Step back three-point shot, front rim. Almost comes up with the offensive rebound. DePaula now. Huertas, extra pass, penetration.
Block.
And they're gonna call.
Well, I think the referee's got it right in the end, because he called 2 shots to start with.
Yeah, and then he changed it, right?
Because he passed it off. So he should have just
definitely a passing, yeah.
He should have thrown it up and tried to convince him. But see, Martinello Huertas in the ACB and in the Basketball Champions League has a number of shooters on his team. Finding shooters late clock is something that Tenerife do better than anyone else. This is an ideal scenario for him to start making that type of play. Suarez is his man he's got to find.
Santos was a good look. SGA tips it to Barrett. He gets it back. Fancy ball handling. And kicks it to the cousin. And that shot is no good. Powell, hustle play, but can't come up with the rebound. Santos missed one earlier, the possession before. It was a good look, though. And Brazil, really, they've had some open looks. And if you want to beat a better team, you got to make open shots.
Absolutely.
DePaula doing DePaula things as he goes all the way. No fouls called, and the basket was no good. He just missed one from that corner. Make it 2, as that one was well long.
Huertas needs the ball late clock. He needs to make the decision about who gets it and where they get it.
Santos now. Santos is stripped, and the referee's letting a lot of play happen here. Olynyk passes it up to Powell. He probably should have shot it, as I don't think Powell was ready for that alley-oop pass. Not the prettiest basketball in the last few possessions by both teams. And that time a foul is going to be called, so they're going to go to the free throw line. This would be a great opportunity if you're the captain of either team to kind of huddle up the players on the court right now and talk to them.
See, I don't like the scenario that Brazil are finding themselves in now, where they haven't really got any advantage before that penetration. They haven't really got the defense to switch in the same way they got them early in this quarter. You know, it might be one of your games where you don't even get a shot for Brazil out there. You've really got to run what Coach DeConchi wants you to run. Late clock, the best shooters are the people you're trying to get the ball to.
Well, Brazil, they're not going away. They trail by 4, just under 4 minutes here to play in the third quarter. Couple substitutions. Dort into the game for Canada. He took out Olynyk. Barrett gets it up to him. He's gonna go at Ortez. And he stops in the middle of the key and knocks that one down.
You'll take that.
Yeah.
He made a tough one. You'd like him to go the other way. You don't really want him going to the middle, but...
De Paula. He's had a couple nice takes in this game. Has to let that shot go. It's no good. And rebound is going to go to Canada.
I might be doing De Paula at this service. I just don't think he's the best guy.
To have it at the end?
No, not if he has to take those shots. He's so good going to the hoop, perhaps.
He's really good at going to the hoop, yeah.
Maybe there's too many white shirts around the ring because they haven't moved them.
Barrett now gets it back to Dort. Dort, three-point shot is good.
And again, we said in the first half, the issue is there's so many people coming in off that bench that one of them is going to get going. It's Dort's turn right now.
Caboclo just goes right at Powell, and he is unstoppable.
We love that.
We do love that.
How many times we keep telling him, go to your office.
Yeah, I want him to do that every time he touches the ball.
Yeah.
SGA now against Santos. His three-point shot is good. Well, they cut it down, but then the last two three-point baskets for Canada pushes that lead back up to 10. And
wow.
I believe it was a block. They're gonna say it was a block. Let's see this. It's a lot of ball.
That's clean.
That was a lot of ball.
Clean.
So a big-time block from the help side is number 2, SGA by Canada.
It's just add another stat line. You know, what else is he going to do? That's clean. That's so clean. You just hope that doesn't stop. Caboclo going strong to the hoop.
And we have a broken net. So both the teams have actually gone to their benches, and I think they're gonna have to fix the net right now.
You know, in some ways, that'll help Brazil because Canada started to get a little bit of rhythm going. A couple of threes, the great big block. You know, it gives the Conchia time to, hey guys, you look how well we did the first. Let's just repeat the first 2 minutes of the quarter. Let's go into the end of the third in credit. You know, get us into credit. Win the third quarter. Get us the momentum going the right way. This is a moment of fame for the guy with a ladder. We should be showing this.
Well, they ran out with the ladder, the carpet and the ladder, I should say.
Here we go.
And I don't know if they have a new net or if it's just come off.
Looks like it's just come off, I think.
Okay, so they'll be able to hook it back on. As both coaches taking an opportunity to talk to their teams right now. We don't have a microphone. Oh, now we do. Let's try and listen in.
Tem segundo, tá? São 11. Então, se a gente não pegar um arremesso equilibrado, botamos a bola pra cima, jogamos limpa, jogamos pick and roll, tá certo? Lá, mantém a estratégia de não pegar qualquer arremesso. Calma, vai no tempo. O jogo tava 4, abriu 10, daqui a pouco volta pra 4, com paciência volta pra 4. Tá bom? No limpa, quando a gente jogar limpa lá, aproveita as trocas até pra pegar falta também, que eles já estão estourados. Então bate pra dentro, usa um drive, 2 drives, 3 drives. Deixa eles perderem a paciência primeiro, não, gente? Tá bom? Aqui nós estamos conseguindo congestionar mais.
Well, he's had another double-double. Caboclo with his 13 and 12. He really has announced himself to the world, perhaps, in this World Cup.
In this tournament, yeah. Well, they did actually change the net. And 2 young coaches, actually, if you consider some of the other teams and their coaches. So relatively young coaches for both these teams. in Gustavo Di Conchi and Jordi Fernandez.
World Cup debuts, you know, it's something they'll never get. It's just a huge landmark in their careers. And both, you know, well, obviously Fernandez has had a really successful tournament already and they're getting better as the tournament goes on. But Di Conchi's had to deal with some issues and his team has played really well. And they're going to put themselves in with a shout of at least an Olympic qualification tournament. And that'll be big for him because, you know, that'll give him a chance for another Olympics. So he's done his job. He's done a really nice job.
Well, the net is fixed. The ball is back. Brazil, they got 11 seconds on the baseline. Got to get it in. They do. The big man turns, goes nowhere. Iago comes up with it, though. Goes back inside to him. Turn around, no good. Offensive rebound. No good as well as Benici now picking up full court against SGA. And a reach-in foul.
Could have...
They have a lot of fouls to give, though.
Yeah. Poglio on the last one drew 3 defenders before he tried to take the tough one. Had Benici just wide open. And if you're going to run this type of this type of game, that's the sort of pass you got to make.
Olynyk turns the corner, and he is fouled from behind, so he's going to go to the free throw line. They're calling it a shooting foul.
Given it, even though Gias tried to acknowledge the foul, they've given it to Carboglio, and he will. I
think it was on him from behind, though.
Yeah, no, you know, it's like Gias was desperately trying to prevent him picking up his third.
Well, Canada well below their game average, and that has a lot to do with the game plan that Brazil has played now for almost 30 minutes. Santos gets it back to Iago. Corner, Benici takes it off the dribble, 2-point shot, no good. Barrett. Finds Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker can't knock one down from that corner. It's his third look in this quarter. Iago now, he has a mismatch. He's almost double teamed. Benici. Back to Iago. Iago penetrates floater. Oh, and he makes that one. So they cut the lead to 10. You said it, they can go into this, anytime you can go into a quarter, single digits, so they need a stop and a score here. Olynyk, 3-point shot, well off. I'm not sure if that was touched, but Dort there for the rebound, and his shot's no good, so they got time. They could cut it to single digits. Iago. Iago penetrates, he draws. Gias, 3-point shot is good at the buzzer. Well, maybe the unlikely shooter of all the Brazilians.
They get a technical foul.
And a technical going against Lou Dort.
Yeah. So a bonus.
Wow, all right, so they're gonna shoot the technical. I believe they shoot it when they come out of the quarter time, right? Yeah. So.
Sorry guys, foul, but we got this set. East Hudson wants to complain. You're right. And probably what he said it was wrong. But you guys gotta do better. Because I felt like it was not.
Okay. I will take this as the final conversation, as the word you used to me. Okay?
What I used?
It will be the final conversation.
Well, there it is at the end of 30 minutes. Brazil, big 3-point shot. They cut it down to single-digit leads. Canada leading 52-45. There's 10 minutes left in this game, though, folks.
Well, If they make the free throw coming back, they're right back in it. Coach Fernandez just got a final warning from the official to say because he spoke to him the way he did, no more conversations. And I think you've said it on a number of occasions. I haven't seen officials change calls. And I'm not sure. I don't feel as though there's been anything in the game that's been outrageous.
I think what's frustrating these Canadian players, and we saw it at halftime, in my opinion, when they walked off, their body language, their facial expressions, it's a frustrating game for them because of the way that Brazil wants to play. Brazil has controlled the tempo of this game, and it is not a tempo that Canada likes.
Absolutely right. And then you're not going to play the way Canada want to play because that's stating the obvious, but you've said and I've said, if they want to increase the tempo, the only way you can do that is you just have to try and do it with your defense. You know, Shrub's coming back. They keep switching that. You know, the rule is to switch. And in the past, in the other games, you've seen them switch and attack the ball. They haven't attacked the ball when they've switched in this game. So Bonici's going to shoot the technical. So important that he makes it.
Well, it's one of their best shooters. So good call there by him shooting the technical. And that technical was right at the buzzer on Lou Dort, number 0 for Canada. As a little 4-point swing here for Brazil to start the fourth quarter. Canada still leading though by 6. Alexander Walker gets it up to Scrub. Brazil now switching a lot as well defensively. Dort penetrates middle. Olynyk, extra pass, Scrub. That's going to be a 24-second shot clock.
Well, we talk about momentum all the time, don't we? And they have just, at a 4-point play, got to stop on this possession. Could become a 3-point game.
Single possession game.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened, and we've seen some great games. We've seen teams down, well, one team specifically down most of the game, near the end of the game, then come back and win, and their name is Latvia. Yago.
Need a good shot. Need a shot they want, not any shot here.
Pulls out Olynyk, he finds Santos. Santos 3-point shot, no good. Gias with the offensive rebound and put back.
Make the 3, get the offensive rebound, it's Gias time. Wow.
And Dort is fouled. So first team foul for Brazil in this quarter. Alexander Walker. Ooh. No good on the reverse. And a pushing foul is going to go against Kelly Olynyk.
So, I think Canada they're a potential champion in this tournament. This quarter is going to be really interesting to see how they deal with a situation that is not how they would like the game being played. They're not having a great game. They're a little bit unhappy with the officiating. See how they get through this. That's the way to get through it. Be aggressive. Edge them goes after it. You know, as long as they don't get into foul trouble too early, that's exactly what you want to see. Trying to take control of the situation at the defensive end.
Brazil now. Another opportunity. Yago, 3-point shot. No good. Gias though. Oh no, excuse me. Suarez finds Santos. Santos, nowhere to go. They got 10 seconds. They got lots of time, though. Well, they get it to the hot hand. Nope, back to Santos. He drives. And nice defense there by Canada.
Gonna sound like a tape recording. You've got to be perfect playing this way. That's not a great decision.
No.
The wrong man. And he had time to get it back to Yago. They had time with 10 seconds to get it back to Yago. Just do that, then he'll make better, he'll create.
Olynyk catches, drives, loses the ball. Benici comes up with it. They got a 3-on-1. Santos Cat back out to Iago. Missed opportunity, in my opinion, there on a 3-on-1 by Brazil, but they still have possession.
Yeah.
Canada almost in a zone. And make that 2, folks, in this half, as Gias knocks down that shot. Took its time falling down, but doesn't matter.
Wow, upset Friday on the cards.
Yeah, we saw Latvia winning earlier today over Spain. Alexander Walker, no good. Gias with the defensive rebound.
And you can see Coach DeConchi say, no, 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 calm down. They've got to play the same way for the whole of this game.
Well, they're down by 1. Iago, penetration, finds Santos, cutting to the basket, and he is fouled. So he's gonna go to the free throw line with an opportunity to give Brazil the lead for the first time since the first quarter.
They're claiming he passed it off. He was trying to pass it off with 1.9 seconds on the clock.
So it's on the ground?
Yeah, so it'll be a 14 seconds.
Oh no, 2 shots.
Oh no, she's giving it 2 shots now.
Okay.
She originally said passing off.
Okay.
They're not in the bonus, are they?
He was cutting to the basket.
Yeah,
Clearly he was trying to go up with it.
She originally said passing it off. That's also 3 team fouls for Canada. They pick up their 4th. That's going to take away a lot of their opportunities to try and make this a different game. They're just going to have to then tough this one out and get a W.
Well, Brazil, it's been a while, but they're leading again. And there is just under 7 minutes here to play. Canadian fans shaking in their boots. Well, who do you go to when you need a bucket? You go to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, folks.
You can't do much else, can you? I mean, okay, they fouled him, but they made him take a really tough one, and he makes it.
So lead back up to Canada. Benici penetrates on Brooks. They're gonna have to put it up soon, and they do. It touches the rim, but no good. Dort with the defensive rebound. Alexander Walker. Oh, no, sorry, excuse me, Shai. Now Alexander Walker, and he is not feeling it tonight from that corner. No shot clock reset. Dort throws it up, and that's no good.
Oh, you know what happens in these scenarios. The neutrals in the gym who are here to watch the game want the underdog. This crowd really getting behind Brazil. Got to keep getting good looks.
Iago, that's a tough 3 if it goes. It doesn't. Fight for the rebound, ends up in a white jersey. You said it, the fans they're smelling an upset. They want an upset here in Jakarta. As much as they love Canada, I think they also love an upset.
Oh, yeah.
SGA is stripped, and Powell's gonna get called for a foul.
And that is the full team foul. So all the ingredients are here for Brazil to try and close this game out. They've already got the opportunity to get to the free throw line for the next foul. Iago can't go and win this game on his own. He's got to make good decisions. He doesn't need to take bad ones. And we're going on and on about this. They've got to run this perfectly. And they've got a chance.
Well, it would be very, very interesting if Brazil could pull off an upset here tonight. Means everyone in the group would be standing at 3-1, and in 2 days' time,
well, it would mean no way
you and I would have to do math.
And there's no way that Spain and Canada can qualify if that's the case.
True.
Only one of them will go through.
Well, Brazil back to slowing it down as Iago gets it back. He finds Caboclo. Oh, what a shot. What a layup, excuse me. Kiss off the glass by the big man. He has 15 points. And game tied again. But they have the ball in SGA's hands. Dort, he goes middle. Shot fake, wasn't defended. Easy 2-point bucket for him. 2 OKC teammates there, right?
Yeah.
Taking over the game late here. Iago goes against Powell, and Powell is going to be called for another foul. He must have 5 now, no? I feel like he has a lot of fouls. And just a great job there by Iago Santos, using his body to kind of protect himself, get to the rim, and basically draw a foul on Powell.
And Powell, I thought Powell, that was almost the best job he'd done, actually contesting and containing. He's going to have to make the tough one. He's out, Powell's out of the game. Iago's on the free throw line. Probably going to be tied at 57 with 4 to go. Who said that this today was just about the top teams getting another win and going through? We could really end up with upset Friday right now.
Well, again, it is tied. Who would have thought? 57 points for Canada. They've been averaging 108 a game in this tournament in 3 games heading into this one. It has been all Brazil basketball. Gilgeous-Alexander way off that 3-point shot. Another opportunity for Brazil to take the lead. And Canadian bench looks a little nervous. Common nervous, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
De Paula, penetration. Well, De Paula wanted a foul, but no foul on that penetration.
Let's take a look. Wow. Wow. Whew.
11 seconds on the shot clock. Boklo. Santos now. Stop, pops. His 3-point shot, back iron, look good. Barrett now wants to push the tempo a little bit as he's back in for Canada. And not sure what the call is. Oh, sorry, it's gonna be a foul.
Which
I didn't see the referee on the baseline.
Yeah, which well, I can't see how the referee on the baseline can. It was absolutely the right call, but it's right in front of an official.
Yeah.
We have a call. It's okay, right here. White. Hey, we got already.
I'm not going to say anything more than this. The referee said he's done with talking.
Yeah.
That's what he said. And if he's not going to back that up, then he shouldn't say it.
But he said that with Jordy.
And with the players.
Okay. SGA going against De Paula, and he knocks it down. It looks like Gustavo De Conchi wants to talk about things. Well, they only lead by 2. There's 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in this game. Brazil using their first time out of this half, so they have a couple timeout, both teams actually. This is the first timeout of this entire half. Let's try and listen in.
Olha só, nós vamos pegar o Jorge contra o Olinick, tá bom? É o Jorge contra o Olinick, nós fizemos ontem à tarde e hoje de manhã, bloqueio para eles, se eles trocam, vem bloquear de novo. Hã? Pois é, o Gui vai fazer o bloqueio. O Jorge vai ficar desse lado aqui, ó. Desse lado. Nós vamos jogar branco. Desse lado aqui nós vamos jogar branco. O Bruno vai ficar pegando a posição aqui do lado do Jorge.
So when we come back, Canada on the sideline, right?
Yeah, and that was the last bucket there. No, Brazil ball. They called the timeout after that last bucket by that man right there. 23 points today.
On the pull-up, yeah.
Yep.
There's no reason for anyone on this Brazilian team to try and be the hero themselves now. They've got to share the basketball. Paolo's been really good in the last couple of minutes. Looked like he was fouled on a really good penetration. Stay with what's working, Brazil.
Paula, step back, three-point shot, off the mark, offensive rebound by the smallest guy on the court, Yago. As Santos pulls it out. They want to go inside, they do. Caboclo spins baseline, kisses it off the backboard as he muscles his way for 2 points. Game tied again.
That's a serious move.
That's a big-time move.
Took a lot of contact, went through it, kissed it off the glass.
Well, no good. Opportunity to take the lead. Yago now throws it up. Caboclo blocked. No, they're going to call a foul, so he's going to go to the free throw line. And in this tournament, he is doing a great job from the free throw line. Doesn't earn many trips. Goes about 3 times a game, shoots around 89%.
It's going to be an interesting conversation with the officials because Caboclo made it appear. Whether it did or not, I don't know.
Foul on the court on 0, hitting on the head. We are going to review the play.
That's what I'm saying. Now, create the rod for your own back is my only comment on it.
Well, let's listen in and listen to the explanation by the referees.
The contact match the criteria for an unsportsmanlike foul. And you run it normal speed, please. Okay. And you go back for the moment of the contact. And stop. And we see which camera. This one. Maybe this. Go. And you got another one. Maybe the tight ones. Go back and go back. The same camera, same camera. Go back and go normal speed, please. I think he's trying to play the ball. He contact on the hand first. Let's go. And then he, on the same move, contact the head. So I don't have anything on sportsman. I do have. Okay, after review, the personal foul on the court stands. We have 2 shots for green 50. Got normal foul. You got 2 shots.
Well, it's going to stay a Norman common foul. And 2 free throws will be awarded to Bruno, though. And he's a good free throw shooting big man, though.
Still feeling his face. I think he feels there was some contact to his face. I think the referees have made the right call, though.
And first of 2 is good. So Brazil with the lead. They're up 1. Can he make it 2? No need for Canada to rush. There's a lot of time in the game. They don't need to put up a tough 3-point shot, running down, trying to be the superstar. He misses the second. They come up with a rebound. So it's just a 1-point lead with 2 minutes left in this game. Is it Upset Friday here in Jakarta? Dort is in the corner, turns the corner, almost turns it over. They're gonna get the ball back. There's 6 seconds left.
Diaz was so close to just picking that one off.
You see Powell on the bench. We won't see him again in this game as he has 5 fouls. Caboclo has 4. Diaz has 4 for Brazil. 6 seconds on the clock. They get it into Olynyk. Olynyk goes baseline, takes a lot of contact, no good, gets it off, it doesn't hit the rim. So either way, it was gonna be a shot clock violation, I think. Ball back to Brazil. Well, Coach Fernandez is maybe going to use, but I don't think there was enough time on the shot clock, to be honest.
I think if the ball went up, if it went off a Brazilian guy, it's a violation, shot clock violation.
No rim. Didn't touch the rim. Definitely went off Brazil.
But it's
but we can't see the shot clock.
They didn't reset it, so it's a violation. Didn't hit the ring. As you said,
yeah.
I didn't actually see it either. If you're not sure, guys, go and review it. They're in the last 2 minutes anyway. You can review it if you're not sure. I believe.
Yeah, I thought you could too.
Yeah, coaches are getting an extra time out here anyway, so they're not going to complain about that. They'll complain about the decision. Brazil are taking the timeout. Coach Fernandez is just waiting for the decision because Canada have challenged.
Well, the referees, I mean,
I don't know why they just don't go and look at it.
Well, that's going to go to a coaching challenge.
I think he's trying to say it hit the ring.
Problem is, it didn't hit the rim. It definitely went out of a Brazilian player. Let's listen in.
Can you go back on the main camera, the whole play? Let's go.
They reset the clock.
So,
oh.
Back.
If they reset the clock, let's listen to the referees.
So what do you have? They have first the shot clock violation, right? He's back. Go. Frame by frame. Frame by frame. So,
what?
So go back. This one. Yes. Here is the control. Now the ball is on him, on his head. So we got the outer bound coming out from green. We have the white ball on the baseline. You do have control of green. Yes.
Well, we heard it from the referees. They said it's going to be Canada ball.
We got the white ball.
But what do they have on the shot clock?
They're saying that Santos had control, and then he hit the ball off his head.
He got the rebound, and then the ball comes out from the head. No, but he got the rebound. He got the rebound, and then the ball comes out from his head. Yes, the shot clock was reset because
Jordi Fernandez. Oh, here we hear the explanation.
Bowie got the rebound, and then he missed it. I'm giving you the answer. That's what we saw. Hey, can you sit, please?
Well, he's explaining to DeConche, 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Hey, that's all we do. Let's go.
DeConche's got to be careful here. He does not want to pick up a technical at this point in the game. Your team is up one. They go inside to Olynyk. Well, we didn't need to rush that one. Barrett, offensive rebound, tries to go up in contact, and a foul is going to be called. It was a 1-on-3. Actually, 3 players from Canada went 1-on-3, and they had shooters hanging around the three-point line, but ends up in their favor as they draw foul, so they're going to go to the free throw line.
I think
Dort here with a chance to tie the game or take the lead for Canada as we see Gias going to the bench. And Suarez checking in.
that's a great move to get Suarez in when his feet set. One of their best shooters.
Well, that being said, Gias has been great for them in the second half.
True.
And that one rolls out.
You just gotta love this game. Full stop. Doesn't matter who you are, the pressure of this situation gets to everybody.
He makes the second, so it's tied 60 apiece. Minute 35, there's lots of possessions left for both teams. Not gonna do it on your own. Brazil here, they gotta get a good look. Canada switching everywhere. Caboclo has a big advantage. Yago goes middle. And that's good for two. That's a big time layup by that man. Yago Santos gives Brazil a 2-point lead. And now I imagine it's gonna be SGA time. Step back, 3-point shot, that is well off. Offensive rebound, Barrett, Edgem, excuse me, comes up with it. He's gotta get to the basket. Spins, finds Dort on the baseline, shot fake, penetrates. Brooks, he's gotta put it up. Dort. No, you're sure? It's gonna be a 24-second shot clock, with a 14-second shot clock violation.
The referees will go and review it.
They can though, right?
The referees can.
Yeah.
No one's challenged
That's not a challenge. Well, I mean,
No.
Coach Fernandez has already used his challenge. Well, the fans are saying no good.
I think the fans are hoping no good.
Let's take a listen.
We got technical violation, 45.6. So after review, we confirm shot clock violation, no basket, side out for green, and 45.6 on the game clock. No, you make.
Well, you heard it. Easy call there by the referee. It was the right call from the beginning, actually.
We got.
And Brazil ball, they have a 1-possession lead right now.
Huge possession. Huge.
Coach Fernandez still has 2 fouls. Coach De Conchi still has 2 fouls. Next foul for Brazil will put Canada in bonus. Brazil are already in the bonus. Gias fouled out, Powell has fouled out, Brooks has 4 fouls, Caboclo has 4 fouls.
Got to get it over.
Got to get it over, got to get a stop if you're Canada. Obviously, they're going to want to try and use as much clock, I imagine, here. Brooks, Yago, he made the last one, and he makes that one. He gives Brazil a 4-point lead. No help side, as he has the last 4 points for Brazil, and they go up 4.
They have the whole game. They've decided to play this the same way the whole game, and it's the one way Brazil has got good shots. The last 2 penetrations by Yago have been unbelievable. He may have just taken his team to the verge of the quarterfinals.
Yago Santos, he has been the man. Let's listen into this timeout.
You won't be open, but if not Kelly, you gotta get open here, all right? And Shea, you just get it. From here, a quick 2, if not, wide open 3. We got it? We press, we trap, and we don't let it get under 15 seconds. We got 10 seconds to get the trap and a steal and a score. We got it? Everybody, just trust one thing. Layup open 3, everybody lock in 1 stop. All right? Come on, the ball, no foul. Play the ball. Here we go. Execute.
Well, that was his 2 points the possession before, and then this was his last 2 points. Mr. Yago Santos doing it all. He's led this team in scoring throughout this tournament. Ever since Neto went down, he had to pick up some slack, and his team trusted in him. Only 8 points tonight, but he has 10 assists to go along with that, and probably has the 4 biggest points of the game.
You don't want to foul now, Brazil. Not on this possession. You still have the 1 to give. No, you don't have any to give.
Yeah.
So don't foul. Trust yourself with the ball.
They get it into Olynyk, and it's almost a turnover. Somehow they don't. Dortz underneath, does turn it over. Well, they want the steal. And a foul is going to be called at the halfway mark. That's going to put, I believe it was Santos?
Santos made the pass. So yeah, I think it's Santos on the line.
It was Santos? Okay, so Santos going to go to the free throw line. So miscommunication there by Canada. You mentioned it, they've been in an uncharted territories. They haven't played the kind of game they wanted to play, and it's very much affected them. He makes the first. That's a 5-point game. Canada have a timeout. Looks like they're set up not to take it, though.
I think he's just asked for it, I think.
Substitution.
So he's not going to take it.
As Iago goes out. They get it into Brooks. They got to go. You don't need a three. You just need to attack. A foul. No good. No basket. He's going to go to the free throw line. There's still 10.5 seconds.
You can understand the foul. It will just cut it to a 4-point game unless he decides to miss the second.
He needs to get rebounders on the line, though.
Brazil, do they have a timeout?
They do. Yeah. They have 2 timeouts, actually.
So
he makes the second. And I believe Gustavo Di Conchi from Brazil is going to call a timeout. Think he'll advance it or take it in the backcourt? We'll find out.
Well, it's one of those, a lot of people talk about if you advance it, you don't have much space to get the ball in. 10.5, you know, even if you turn it over, they've still got to score twice. So you got to think, you know, you take it in the front court. If you turn it over badly in the back court, they could get a quick one, and there's still 8 seconds left on the clock.
Jorge, você está passando. Iago, você vem por aqui, vai bater bloqueio no Vitor, é o primeiro homem livre, a gente passa a bola. Pera um pouquinho, Bruno, você tá aqui no meio, você tá aqui, tá bom? O Bruno aqui, vamos de novo, calma aí. Vamos de novo. Iago, Bruno, Vitor, Jorge e aqui do outro lado. Iago, você passa pela frente, faz bloqueio no Vitor. Primeiro homem livre, a gente passa. Tá livre, passou a bola. Não deu. O Iago está voltando pelo Bruno. Bruno, atenção se eles estão trocando tudo para encaixar no próprio homem. Vitor, você entendeu? Você vai no corner. Entendeu, Bruno?
Well, it was actually his assistant drawing up the play there for Brazil. They are going to take it in the front court, Mark. What do you think about them apples?
I'm okay with that. I would do that, personally. In this situation, as I say, if you turn it over, they've still got to go to full length for the core and score, and you've still got the chance then to get it in, and you still have another timeout. You've got to say get it in, and it's pretty much game, right? Because they're going to go to the foul line if they're fouled. Got to get it. Oh, he's wide open. Cabocleo's wide open. Throw it that way. Yeah.
Santos is the one who's also wide open. So a nice play on the outer bounds as Brazil scores. Canada find Barrett. Barrett's three-point shot is good, but that is probably not enough time. As Brazil want to call a timeout. 0.9 seconds. Didn't really need a timeout. Take the ball out quickly. Game would have been over, but maybe they didn't know how much time was actually on the clock. And it has been Upset Friday, like you said, Mark, here in Jakarta.
Wow. Let's not talk about what's going to happen in 2 days' time too much right now. We can talk about that in a moment. You've got to say, they've done such a good job decision-making wise late in the game. Such a good job in the second half.
você no alto, acabou. Tá certo? Olha só, dá um toque na bola, vai acabar. Olha só, Iago aqui, Vitor pro Jorge e sai no corner, tá bom? Se não tiver o Bruno, o Vitor sai no corner. Agora você, é só você bloquear o Iago, a bola tocou na bola, acabou o jogo. Olha só, a única coisa que a gente não pode fazer. Bruno, a única coisa que a gente não pode fazer é agarrar os caras e dar falta. É a única. Ei, aqui, ó. Se não tiver fácil, o Marcelo vai jogar a bola na sua direção, você só dá um toque.
You just need to get the ball. You just need to tip it. Throw the ball up, someone touch it, clock starts.
Throw it at anybody.
At anybody, yeah, exactly. Well, the captain ins take the inbounds. I mean, you just throw it off the back. And that's good. I'm not sure if the foul was called before the shot, the clock expired. They're saying yes, it was. So it's actually going to go to the free throw line. And you know what? 2 extra points could be beneficial down the line, no?
No.
I mean, if we're looking at if it's a tiebreaker. Because Canada and Spain are playing.
We've just got two finals.
Well, let's listen in. Oh, they are going to check, I think, if it was before or after the clock.
I don't see how he can catch it and then be fouled in 0.9 of a second. Because there's no foul yet.
Can you go back? Okay. Yes, this one is good. It's frame by frame. You tell me when. Now with the leg, stop. Come. 0.4. So we got 0.4 on the game clock, right? After review, we got foul on time and 0.4 on the game clock. I just put the time. Please, we got 0.4 on the game clock. 0.4.
The game is not over. There is 0.4 seconds.
That's 2 shots.
And the man, Bruno, is going to go to the free throw line. He can make one, miss the second, and not just get this game over with.
We're just waiting, trying to make everybody sit in.
Well, the fans are loving it. This is the first. He makes the second. Canada calling a timeout. They're down 4. I mean, you got to go for it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to shoot a 3 and try to draw a foul and make the 3 and
but you're right.
Get the foul called.
You're right. He should have just missed the second free throw.
Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah.
Now they can take it in the front court, throw it, like try and.
Has to be a 3.
Brazil should just stand and allow them to just do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a Hail Mary.
But that's only 3 anyway.
Yeah.
Right, but really wide. Kelly, you're going to come here. Shay, hopefully you bring 2. Dylan, you throw it over the top to Kelly.
That's all the Conchi has to say. Just stand there. Don't do anything.
Go to the rim because we have 0.4. So throw it to the room. You can catch and dunk it quick.
And we know that the points difference, won't mean anything when it comes to 2 days' time.
Spain versus Canada.
Spain versus Canada, Brazil versus Latvia. You could end up with all the Cinderella stories ending in one go. What a day.
Woo, what a day. You said it. Well, there's 0.4 second. Canada trailing by 4. They are in a zone. And that is it. As Canada, with possibly a shock loss, Brazil, they're acting cool, but you know they're enjoying themselves right now as they have pulled off a big win against Canada, 65-69 here in Jakarta. I mean, is it a big win? Brazil is ranked higher than Canada in the FIBA rankings.
It's a big
13th,
win.
15th.
Yeah. It's a big win here.
It's a big win here. You said it.
It's a big win because of what's happened in the first 2 days. But
yes,
hey, Canada still don't have that win over Brazil in the World Cup.
No, make that 6-0 now for Brazil against Canada at the World Cup.
I mean, like, we're going to see the stats in a moment, but the bottom line for this is they had one way to win the game. They were down at the half. They stayed with it. And I think it's a little bit similar in the situation where Canada just couldn't break out of that type of game. And then all of a sudden at the end, they just go over the hump and Canada couldn't react. Mentally, that's a great win for the team and a super job by the coaching staff of Brazil. Coaches get a hard time when they get it right and they put something on the floor. The staff did a great job. You saw the assistant coach called up the play. That's a great job, coaching staff. Great job, Brazil. What a day we've got to look forward to on Sunday.
Yeah, you said it. Sunday has become very, very exciting here in Jakarta as we have no idea who is going to be moving on to the next round of this FIBA Basketball World Cup. Brazil, there you see the statistics. It was a slow game, and especially a slow first half, and that's why it's at 65-69, right?
Yeah, but like Canada shooting 27% from three, entirely down to that lack of rhythm that the game was just gone in terms of rhythm.
And that they need to play with, yeah.
And Kabak, 19 points. We've said in every game, he has absolutely announced himself at this level. Double-double in one of the biggest wins in pressure situations that Brazil have had. Absolutely super. And this fourth quarter, it's just about plays like that to create. And how big was Gias? Big three-pointer at the end of the quarter. And one play, big three-pointer after that. He just got that momentum going and closed it down.
You said it, and they, you know, you got to give a lot of credit, in my opinion, to the coach, because maybe just the common basketball fan will think it was the Gias, will think it was the Bruno. But trust me, that coaching plan heading into this game took Canada completely out of their game. That being said, coach wanted one thing, and his players absolutely executed what he wanted. And you got to tip your hats to both sides then.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And the great thing, on top of the strategy, defensively, they just got back and forced Canada to slow down.
Yeah.
It's very easy to spend time with a ball. But to play the defense they played, exceptional and the way they rebounded was the real difference. They won the battle on the boards, which enabled them to execute that plan. Hats off to everybody, like you said, Jonah. That's why this game is open to so many different ways of playing, so many different ways to win. It's not always about the athlete or the individual talent. Brazil put a team performance out there was just exceptional.
You said it, team performance. Some of the biggest points he had that tonight were those last 4 buckets by that man, Iago Santos, for Brazil, but he had contributions from everyone throughout that 40-minute game. Canada, they struggled. They struggled when they have to play slow, and that might be something that Spain are looking to do in the next game against them. We will find out, but what a game here in Jakarta. Upset city, that's for sure. Canada, well, they're in first right now at 3-1. Everyone is 3-1. Look at that. Earlier today, Spain losing to Latvia 74-69. Canada falling to Brazil today 65-69. Thanks for joining in, and we will be back tomorrow. Good night.